Hello, welcome to Mediation. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brittany.
And you are?
Susie.
Susie. And is that how you like to be addressed?
Yeah.
And you are?
Cassie. Her
And
mom.
is that how you like to be addressed?
Yeah.
Okay. In today's mediation process, we will start off by giving both of you time to speak to us and then to each other. We ask that both of you do not interrupt one another when each other are talking, and that you use respectful language as you speak. We have provided paper for you in case you come up with something that you want to say while the other person is talking. You can write it down, and then we'll give you time to ask the question. Both of us will be taking notes for our use. They will remain confidential and will be destroyed after today's mediation. Do both of you agree to these terms?
Yep.
Okay.
Can you get a verbal yes?
Yes. And do either of you have any questions before we start the mediation?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So, Susie, what brings you to mediation today?
Well, so our family has this cottage, and like we go there for family get-togethers and stuff, and there's no one staying right now, obviously. And like I'm in college, and a couple of me and my friends just want to go and hang out one weekend there, but Mom won't let us.
So what we're hearing from you is that you guys have a family cottage and you would really like to go hang out there with a couple of your friends, but your mom won't let you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cassie, what brings you here today?
My daughter wants to go stay at this cottage, but of course she's my baby girl. I'm her mom. I'm supposed to worry. How am I supposed to know she's going to be okay?
And so what we are hearing you say is that you were just worried about her safety.
Mm-hmm.
And Susie, hearing that your mom is worried about your safety, how does that make you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand, but I'm 20 years old. I'm in college. I mean, I'm not going to do anything that stupid.
Okay. So what we've heard you say is that you understand kind of, but you also realize that you're 20 years old and you're in college and you're not going to do anything while you're there.
And Cassie, how does that make you feel?
I mean, she's my daughter. I'm going to worry about her till she's 40. Till I'm dead. Till I'm gone. Just, part of a parent's job. Just look out for my kid.
And saying that you would worry about Susie, what are some of your main concerns?
I was in college once. You make decisions. Drink, hang out with friends. Just part of college. I'm afraid that she might make decisions that she doesn't want to make. That she might feel peer pressured by somebody, and somebody get hurt, or she might get hurt, or something might happen that could affect her life dramatically.
Okay, so what we've heard from you is that you're worried in general about safety and you're worried that maybe drinking might occur or that something might happen due to peer pressure to her or someone else that's there.
Yep.
Okay.
And Susie, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that we're going to go drink or, doing drugs or anything like that. But, I guess if we were to, that's kind of my mistake I have to make myself to learn.
Cassie, what do you hope to get out of this mediation today?
I guess I just want to be able to make sure that my daughter understands, where I'm coming from. That, yes, I'm a parent. I'm supposed to worry. That she needs to understand that no matter what happens or how old she gets, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be worrying, making sure she's okay, making sure she's making the right decisions. She has to learn, but I want to be there to help her learn.
Okay, so what we heard you say is that you really just want your daughter to get an understanding about how you feel today out of this mediation.
And Susie, what do you wish to accomplish from today's mediation?
I just want her to understand I'm 20 years old. I've got to she's just got to trust me. I feel like that's just trust. I don't know.
so we hear that you wish that your mother would put more trust in you,
Yeah.
since you are older.
Cassie, can you tell us more about this family cottage?
It's on the lake, and so there's water. We have a boat, that kind of thing. It's in the woods, fairly secluded. It's been in our family for a pretty long while. We like to take family vacations in the summer when the kids are not in school, and just enjoy summer when we have together. And so obviously, like it's secluded, so not very many people are around, that kind of thing. So
Okay. So what we heard you say is that it's a more or less a family vacation place, secluded in the woods, water around next to a lake.
Mhm.
And Susie, can you tell us more about the family cottage?
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of go with what she said. I mean, location-wise and stuff. I don't really know what more to add to how it is. I mean, she pretty well explained the cottage location, the water and the boat and stuff, and the dock. I love the dock.
So Cassie, you have concerns about the cottage and your daughter going there. What would those concerns be?
I would say, if they're gonna drink or do stuff, not saying that there are, there's obviously water and stuff getting too hectic, or what if somebody should go swimming, not realizing and they're too drunk and they drown, or someone dies, or someone gets in trouble, or they see something, the police get called. I mean, she's obviously underage. I don't know if her friends are. I don't know her friends, so I don't know what kind of thing they do. I don't know what kind of influence they're gonna have on her. I don't know, maybe vandalism of the house, like just, typical worries of I'm obviously not there, so I don't know what's happening firsthand.
Okay. So what we've heard from you is that you're concerned about all the potential dangers that are there at the house. You mentioned that you don't know the friends. You don't know if there could be drinking there, and you mentioned that you're not there, so you don't know exactly what would be happening. Okay. Susie, what do you feel about what your mom just said?
Well, I guess I've never specified as if to whether or not we're going to go party or just to relax. I love the cottage because, well, I love the dock because I love being able just to relax. I don't want to do anything crazy. And as far as like the vandalism thing, I help take care of the house. I cut the lawn. I clean the house. I wouldn't vandalize it because I'd be picking it up myself.
Cassie, so what we heard you say is that you like to go to the cottage to relax and you don't plan on going to do anything crazy. And as far as the vandalism concern, you yourself help take care of the cottage, like cutting the grass, so you would have to be the one who would clean up if that were to happen. Cassie, before we move on, is there any other concerns you would like to talk about today?
No. I mean, I know she's my daughter, and parents are supposed to worry, and I understand that she's older. She's 20 years old. She's still my daughter. Like, no matter what, she's still my daughter. And I don't know, just her safety's always at my concern, no matter what.
Okay. So we heard you say that you don't really have any other concerns that you haven't expressed yet today.
Nope.
Your main concern is just that she's your daughter and you're worried about her safety.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Susie? Are there any other concerns you'd like to talk about today?
I don't think anything really didn't mention. Just the whole freedom thing. I just feel like it's kind of being violated, I guess, in a way, like infringing on my freedom.
So you feel that your freedom is being infringed on by not being able to use the cottage by yourself.
Right.
Well, since neither of you expressed any other concerns, we're going to Is this still recording? We're going to ask you to turn your chairs towards each other, and we are still going to direct the conversation. You will now be speaking to each other, and we'll ask you after one of you speaks to rephrase what the other person has just said to make sure that you understand. Are there any questions you have about this portion of the mediation?
Same ground rules, right? No interrupting.
Yes. Same ground rules apply, no interrupting. We'll try to direct the conversation, but you two can converse freely if we feel that it's appropriate.
So Cassie, if you could restate to Susie what your concerns are about her going to the cottage by herself.
So basically my concerns are just, I'm your mom. I'm worried about you. I want you to be safe. I want you to make good decisions. I know I can't make those for you, but I don't know. I'm your mom. I just want to help you out.
And Susie, what did you hear your mom say?
She pretty much just said that
Cassie, if you want to restate what you said, you can.
I forgot I had to repeat. Sorry.
Basically just that I'm concerned about you. Like I want to make sure you're safe and that you're making smart decisions.
So then if you can repeat that, Susie.
She pretty much just wants to make sure that I'm safe and that I make smart decisions.
Thank you. And Susie, if you could restate what your concerns are to your mother.
I just feel like you're infringing on my freedom. You're not trusting me. I wouldn't do anything to cause harm to myself or my friends or to the cottage. And I just feel like I don't feel like you understand that.
And Cassie, can you restate what your daughter said?
Basically I think she's just saying that she doesn't want me to treat her like a kid. She wants me to trust her and, let her make her own mistakes by herself.
And Cassie, how do you feel about her making that statement?
I mean, I agree. I can't treat her like a baby forever. But, I still can be a protective parent. I still want to help her, and I just don't want her to make a decision that ruins her life. I want to be able to, trust her. And, I do trust her. It's, we're all kids once. We all make stupid decisions.
Okay. And Susie, can you restate what your mother said?
Okay. Pretty much says that she does trust me, but she's still always going to kind of be a little protective just because I am her daughter.
Okay. So, Cassie, out of this, what do you need to resolve this issue?
I guess my thing is, I know where she stands on going to the cottage and wanting to hang out with friends and that kind of stuff, but I just want to be able to make sure that I know she's making a good decision, that I know that people that are there are going to make a good decision, that bad things aren't going to happen, that there aren't going to be bad decisions made, and people are smart even no matter if something does happen.
And Susie, what did your mom say?
I feel like she basically just said that she kind of wants proof that things are going to be safe.
Collaborating, in yourself, is there any ways that you could make a solution to what your mom just said?
I know she said that she, excuse me, doesn't really know my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess she could meet them if that would make her feel better.
Cassie, how do you feel about that?
I think that would make it a lot better. At least then I could know people.
Okay, so do you both agree that meeting the friends would be something that could happen to help resolve this issue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Susie, is there anything else that you would need to resolve this issue?
That I would need?
To make you feel better, to resolve the issue?
I don't. I mean, ultimately, I want people to have the freedom to go there. I mean, whether or not there's other little things that need to be done, I still want to be able to go with my friends, if that makes sense.
Okay. Cassie, can you restate what she just said?
Basically, she just wants me to be able to trust her. That she wants me to be able to trust that she's gonna make right decisions and that she can do what she wants. But for me, not to worry. For me, just to know that she's gonna make the right decisions.
Do you both agree that would be something that would be agreeable to trust each other and know that she'll make the right decisions? And you mentioned freedom. Can you elaborate more, like what kind of freedom you want? Tell me there's something I'm trying to get for this.
Ask that again, please.
You mentioned that freedom was something that you wanted.
Yes.
Maybe what kind of freedom do you want out of it? What's your definition of freedom with regards to the family cottage?
I mean, I understand it's our families, so we all kind of have to share in a way, and that they can come and go as they please.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, like, the freedom part for me is that I think I should be able to come and go as I please as well. So,
could you restate what she said, please, Cass?
Basically, I think she's just saying that it is family, saying that's part of her thing, and obviously it is hers eventually, and the aspect of, it is hers, so she should be able to use it at her free will and when she wants to.
Do you think that would be something that's agreeable, that she would use it at her free will?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, I'd be okay with that, and just with the idea of when she is going to use it. I mean, I still am her parent, so with that aspect, like, just call, let me know, kind of thing. Hey, Mom, I'm going to the cottage for the weekend, just to let me know. So then that way I do know that she's there.
Okay.
So what we heard
okay.
is that you would be willing to let her use the cottage as she wants, as long as she notified you ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And
honestly, Susie, do you think that that's something that's agreeable? That you would notify her ahead of time to use the cottage whenever you would like to?
yes. Okay. So far, and what we have come up with an agreement is that you would like to meet her friends. Is that still something that you think is possible?
Yes. Okay.
The second thing is that there would be more trust knowing that your daughter would make good decisions. Is that still something that you both see as possible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the third thing that we have is the ability for Susie to use the cottage as long as she notifies you ahead of time. Is that still something you both agree on?
Yep.
Okay.
With respect to the first agreement, meeting the friends, is there a certain timeline that you two wanted to set up of how that would happen or when?
I would say preferably either the first day they get there, or maybe stopping at the house before they get there, and maybe I'll make them dinner or take them out to dinner, that kind of thing, before they actually go to the cottage.
And Susie, how does that sound to you?
I mean, that sounds fine to me. I could make that work.
Okay, so we have that both of you agree that to meet the friends, it would be that your mom stops by on the first night and possibly makes dinner in order to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there any thing else that you hope to resolve, or anything else that hasn't been addressed in your concerns? You feel hasn't been addressed? Okay.
For the calling ahead of time, Cassie, is there a specific time frame you would like to be notified, like a few days before, the day of?
Preferably not the day of, probably the day before, a couple days before.
And Susie, how does that make you feel?
I can do that.
Okay.
So-
So you agree that the day before or a couple days before is an agreeable time for you to notify your mom that you're going to be using the cottage?
Yeah.
Okay. The only other question is with regards to the friends, is there any concerns or limits about how many or anything like that? Can you answer that question? I think I can because they made an agreement that they're going to be friends.
I just say obviously not an excessive amount of people, just as long as it's not causing a disruptions to people around. I know it's secluded, but I mean we do have neighbors around it, so just the fact that it's not rude or disruptive to everybody else, then it's fine.
Okay, so just a respectable amount of friends.
Yep.
Can you agree with that?
Yeah. Okay. Do either of you have any other thing you would like to add to the mediation today? Okay. So overall, we have that you agreed on that you would allow your mom to meet your friends, and that would take place on the first day that you guys would be at the cottage. That there will be more trust in Susie to make the right decision, and as well as Susie will be able to use the cottage freely as long as she notifies you ahead of time, and that would be at least a few days beforehand.
Mhm.
Okay, and if I could have both of you sign this agreement.
And we'll give you guys both a copy when we're finished here today.